Greetings, everyone. Recently, Donald Trump became the new president of the United States. While some place great hopes on him, others express concerns. So what does he bring to the world and his country? In Bazi, there are several ways to interpret charts. One method is for reading the charts of ordinary people. For an owner or leader of an organization or corporation, the reading method will differ. The approaches for interpreting the charts of public and media figures or state leaders also vary. For those figures standing above power structures, a completely different method is used. We are regarding the state leaders and heads of various authoritative structures as the element of money for them. Recently, we have witnessed the U.S. elections, so I would like to briefly demonstrate the way to interpret the natal charts of state leaders using the examples of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and reveal how they do reflect the current state and the near future of the country during the certain leadership term. Let's look at the Kamala Harris's chart. She is young water by the birth element. Since she is a politician, we must look at the element representing power in her chart. And we see two strong power elements. The dragon that represent a smaller kind of springtime mountain, and the dog symbolized by a huge rocky mountain with an icy top. These two clash, symbolizing two opposing systems of power, and this clash is as intense as an earthquake. One power element, the dog, controls and strengthens Kamala at the same time, while the other, the dragon, weakens her self-element, representing her opposition. And these both power elements are strongly controlled by wood. A novice Bazi practitioner might say that Kamala Harris controls her boss, and is therefore successful. However, her self-element appears secondary, as if observing events from the sidelines without taking a leading role in her chart. A similar situation is observed in Nancy Pelosi's chart. In fact, in Kamala's chart, young wood, representing output, controls the power elements, the dragon and the dog. It really acts as power over the power elements in her chart. Essentially, it looks like the two fighting power elements, the dragon and the dog, representing the Republicans and Democrats respectively, are themselves under the control of another force. However, this control is subtle and hidden as it is descending from heaven, since young wood is represented by a heavenly stem. This is Kamala's perception of the surrounding situation, as it is in her chart. And now through her chart we are observing the situation in the U.S. before and during the elections. The whole world has witnessed this fierce political struggle, often feeling as it has been sort of orchestrated from one and the same central source. The Democratic Party has lost, probably due to the influence of the dragon in 2024, which has been supporting her counterpart, the dragon in her chart, although the dog, and this one represents the Democrats, is in its season in Kamala's chart being actually stronger. If there were no dragon in the past year, the situation would have come out differently for sure. On the other hand, I think despite their party losing this time, the Democrats have kept their influence and just have changed the tactics, which will become evident in the future. Even now, Donald Trump has quite a lot of George Soros people surrounding him, and that one is definitely a Democrat person. The elections were won by Donald Trump. In his chart we see Donald Trump's self-element is in Earth, merging with wood power, going for the transformation into young Earth. I do see his chart as transformational. First, there is an abundance of Earth, the dog and the goat being the transformation route. Second, there is fire, the horse supports the transformational element, young Earth. There is a principle that Earth is the only resulting transformational element whose transformation occurs supported by its resource, fire, as Earth Z follows fire. The resulting element formed by all of the other combinations should always have the same element as its root, and moreover this root element must be strong, being preferably in its season. Thus, Trump's self-element transforms from yin Earth to yang Earth, as both yin Earth and yen would disappear. His self-element turns into yen Earth, symbolized by a great mountain. The power represented by yang wood sort of grants him the authority to fulfill its plans. What kind of power is it? Yang wood, the power in his chart, sits on the horse in the stage of death, symbolizing decaying, dead wood being burnt by fire. This indicates that this power supports Trump and gives his certain opportunities seeking its own transformation. This disappearing higher authority changes into something entirely new that we have no idea of. As Trump assumes the presidency, his leadership will lay the foundation for a new system of global control and dominance. The dying power in his chart goes through a self-destructive cycle, paving the way for its rebirth, like the phoenix rising from the ashes in a new form with new qualities. That is what we see in his chart, and this is his very purpose. It is Trump's mission that he has been refined for since his very childhood. Now let's remember 1988. In numerology, the name Trump represents 88, and Trump's connection to the number 88 is noteworthy. How does he use it? His Boeing 757 has 88 windows, his Trump Plaza address in New Jersey is 88 Morgan Street, and predictions of his victory were associated with an 88% probability in the New York Times. His height mentioned in the media has two numbers, 188 and 191, 911 centimeters. You see that 88 follows his name everywhere, so. The January 1988 edition of The Economist cover featured the title "Get Ready for a World Currency" and a phoenix rising from the ashes of some burnt global paper money, symbolizing a new world currency. This phoenix bears a crown. There is coin with number 10 on it hanging from the bird's neck. I think this number 10 represents 10 macroeconomic regions the world is to be divided into. The coin has the issue year 2018 on it. What kind of events did happen in 2018? We read the news about Californian Camp Fire taking down 18,000 homes and killing 80 people. 8 is everywhere. And now, before Trump's inauguration, wildfires flared up again in California. At that time, the fire department was headed by Christina Crowley, a namesake of the famous occultist Aleister Crowley, the author of the magical ritual, The Mass of the Phoenix. Christina Crowley assumed her position on March 25, 2022, exactly 33 months and 13 days before the fire. These are not coincidences. I assume that Trump will soon travel to California or make statements or take actions related to California. The Phoenix currency, the number 88, the fire in Los Angeles, the city of angels, Trump with the burning authority in his chart, all of this is connected to the name Crowley, who created the ritual, the Mass of the Phoenix. I don't think this is a series of coincidences. Based on this, I assume that Trump is destined to assume the presidency with thunder and upheavals. In recent years, the Phoenix currency has appeared on the market, which cannot simply be bought or sold. Among its organizers, the Rothschilds are mentioned, allegedly with this currency being backed by the gold reserves of the Chinese state. My analysis of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, the charts reveals how the chart of a nation's leader reflect the respective country's situation, and how such a chart's potential, specifically, Trump's, could serve to achieve pivotal global goals. Thank you for your attention. I wish all good luck, and if you like the video, please show it by liking. Goodbye.